Kickoff's just around the corner in Columbia, and these are my game-by-game predictions for the Missouri Tigers this season. Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast, where we get your podcasts. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. And as always, we are powered by our friends over at FANDUEL. Visit FANDUEL.com/SECU to join today and get started with $250 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. Once again, that's FANDUEL.com/SECU to get $250 in bonus bets today. It's almost that time yet again for Mizzou to take the field on another college football season. These are my game-by-game predictions for Eli Drinkwitz's team. Our friends over at FanDuel, guys, have their over-under win total for MIZ set at 6.5. Over-under 6.5. The over at -170. The under at +138. So as you can hear, obviously money is coming on the over, and I think it's well-deserved. I think it's actually a smart bet. It might be the best bet on the board, because when we talk about this schedule, which we're about to do in a second, I'm going to lock in my predictions. 6.5 feels really, really, really low, and I do think going under that would be a bit of a step back for Eli Drinkwitz's program this season. But certainly a lot of change, a lot of questions. That being said, let's dive into it, guys. Without further ado, my game-by-game predictions for the 2025 Missouri Tigers. We will start in week 1. And, guys, let's go ahead and get out ahead of this, because I've talked about it before, and I'll say it yet again. Missouri fans should not apologize for this, and this is not a shot at Mizzou at all. That being said, you could not have asked for a more favorable schedule. Like this is a schedule that is conducive to smashing an over-under win total like the one FanDuel currently has. It's also conducive to overachieving and having a big year, because, again, you don't even leave Como until the middle of the season. October the 18th. You don't have a road game until the middle of October. Like, think about that. And when you hear as we go week by week, and you guys have probably at this point already seen this schedule, again, you're going to be like, holy smokes, there is a great opportunity for Mizzou to go on a roll here. And again, Mizzou fans, don't apologize to anybody for that. The scheduling gods looked favorably upon you. And again, it starts in week 1. You actually open the season up on that Thursday as you take on the Central Arkansas Bears. And again, you open the SEC football season. You were the very first game of the SEC football season. But Central Arkansas will come to Como. Ho-hum. The biggest question in that game is going to be this: who's the starting quarterback? Is it Bo Pribula? Is it Sam Horn? You know, what does it look like with, again, so many new pieces at the wide receiver position and Ahmad Hardy taking over at the running back spot? I think defensively you should be salty yet again. Year 2 of Corey Batoon, I thought he did a great job last year in replacing Blake Baker. But Central Arkansas, again, we'll learn who the starting quarterback is just based off of who takes the first snaps. Heck, that could be a game we see both guys. Maybe the competition's still going on. We'll have to wait and see. But Central Arkansas, no matter who's playing quarterback, MIZ will win big. Then it gets pretty serious pretty quickly. Week 2, this is a fun one. And again, I think one of the most underrated games of the SEC slate this season. And for any team, you have Kansas, renewing of a rivalry coming to town. I like some of the things that Kansas has done. Jaden Daniels is a really fun player. But I am going to give Mizzou the nod here. I think Mizzou moves to 2-0. I think they beat their rival Kansas. I just don't see MIZ losing this football game on the home field. I think Corey Batoon, I think also having some extra time to get ready for this game certainly is a big help, certainly going to be an advantage for you. Again, we got to make sure the quarterback thing is set down and nailed down and situated, as long as it is, though. And again, you've got Ahmad Hardy in that running back room. I think you'll have a great day. I think Mizzou will get the win in this football game against Kansas, a big emotional win to move to 2-0. Then the following week, you've got the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns coming to town. Again, another non-conference game. I think MIZ takes care of business, ho-hum, to move to 3-0 in that football game. Going to be an empty the bench game, probably a name your score game. Be a great opportunity for a lot of guys to build confidence, build momentum before you dive into SEC play. South Carolina all of a sudden comes knocking. They come to town. Last year, obviously, they had a really long streak, or you had a long streak, I should say, against them. South Carolina snaps that streak. Who can forget that emotional game down to the wire? Looked like Mizzou won it. Then South Carolina steals it. I mean, an absolutely crazy football game. They have not won in Como in quite some time. Like, it has been a really time. Mizzou has had the number. right? Mizzou has had South Carolina's number year after year after year. But kind of like last year, where it's like streaks are made to be broken, I think South Carolina snaps this streak. I think they get the win. I think Lenoris Sellers is going to take a step forward this year. Who does he have around him is the big question mark. But I think they come in. I think the Gamecocks come in. I think they get the W here. Mizzou starting 0-1 in SEC play, 3-1 they fall to. I think this is a really fun game, competitive game. Again, I think it could be underrated, one of the better games of the season, kind of like what last year was in the other Columbia, South Carolina. But I do think South Carolina gets the better of you, hands you your first SEC loss right out of the gate. Really tough game. That, you could argue, is the biggest game of the season for both sides. I mean, that's such a tone setter for Mizzou. And if they win it, you're looking at potentially you probably should be 5-0 with Alabama coming to your place. Again, huge game, but right now I've got South Carolina winning this football game. You drop to 3-1. Following week, you get UMass on your home field. And again, guys, this is a showdown, a rematch of what happened last year when you actually went to UMass in one of the stranger road games of the season. You get the win there. But again, guys, you're already sitting at 4-1 in the season. Your over-under was 6.5. Like you're well over halfway there already. Then you get the bye week going into October, and then you have Alabama. I mean, guys, again, listen, I've got you even at 4-1, but you could be 5-0 with the Alabama Crimson Tide coming to your place. And who knows what Bama's going to be with Ty Simpson at quarterback and so many new pieces on the offensive side, if you will. Like, there's just a lot of uncertainty there, right? I think Bama's going to be very good. I think Bama's going to the SEC title game, going to make the college football playoff, obviously, but you never know. And again, you'll have so much momentum potentially built up to that point, could set up for a really fun showdown. That said, I am going Alabama in this football game to hand you your second loss. You'd actually start 0-2 in SEC play. Crazy enough. But, guys, it's more of a Bama thing. This has less to do with where I think Mizzou is and more to do where I think Alabama is. I think Alabama, top to bottom, one of the most talented teams in the country. I do think Ty Simpson is going to click at the quarterback position. I don't know that Mizzou's just going to have enough firepower to keep up with Bama. And also, too, by the way, guys, Bama, underrated, might have the best defense in all of college football when it's all said and done. So I do think Alabama will come into your place. I think they will get the win, drop you to 4-2 overall, 0-2 in SEC play. So again, kind of licking your wounds right now. When's that first SEC win coming? You finally go on the road. First time all season the following week. You go on the road. You take on the Auburn Tigers in this football game down in the Plains. I think that's where your first SEC win comes. I do. Listen, I think Eli Drinkwitz, he's going to have his team bounce back the right way. I don't trust Hugh Freeze as far as I could throw him. I don't think things are going to go well down in the Plains this season. Again, I trust Missouri more in a spot like this. I really do. I just trust Mizzou more in this spot. I think Mizzou will get the win. They're going to break through, bounce back. First SEC win to, again, pick up your 5th overall win on the season and move to 1-2 in SEC play. So again, 5-2 overall, 1-2 in SEC play. Then the next week, you go on the road to Nashville to take on Diego Pavia and the Vanderbilt Commodores. Who can forget that game last year, kind of before we knew what Vandy was going to be? You almost lose to them on your home field. Everybody's thinking, what in the world almost happened? And then a couple weeks later, obviously, Vandy beats Alabama. And it's like, oh, wow, that win's looking a little bit better than we thought it was early in the season. I think Diego Pavia and the Commodores are going to get somebody. They might get a couple people. Like, I think Vandy, guys, is actually a solid team. Not saying they're going to go win 8 or 9 or 10 games, but I think they're a solid team. I really, really do. I think Vandy wins this football game. In Nashville, I think Vandy pulls the upset. I think Diego Pavia goes crazy in this one. It's to me, guys, I just think it's going to happen, right? And they almost got you last year. Like, somebody's going to get got by Diego Pavia. You can love the guy, hate the guy, whatever. I think it's going to happen. I think it happens to Mizzou. So, again, all of a sudden, you're kind of at a crossroads in your season. Your 3rd SEC loss. You're 1-3 overall in the conference. You're 5-3 overall going into that final stretch of games. The final month of the season as November prepares to get going. You do have a bye week after Vandy, which I think will be clutch after that 3-game stretch of Bama, Auburn, Vanderbilt. Because on the other side of that, getting November going, you've got the Texas A&M Aggies. Gig 'em coming to your place, and I do think you bounce back the right way. I think Missouri gets this win over Texas A&M. I think it is a monumental win, no doubt. I really do. I think that Missouri just, listen, I think Having them at home, I think, is a really big deal. A&M is also always good for a game like this. Like, they're going to lose a game, and I don't even know if you can label it as a team they shouldn't lose to, because, again, I do think Mizzou is going to be a really good football team, but you can just kind of count on this. A&M fading down the stretch a little bit, and I think A&M is going to be pretty good, but I think you get them. I think Mizzou gets them. I think you bounce back off the bye week. I love the fact that you have the bye week coming off of that. I think Missouri gets this win, picks up another big SEC win. Then the following week, you've got Mississippi State. Listen, Jeff Lebby and company, I think they will be better. I think offensively they'll take steps forward this year. Can they stop a nosebleed defensively? I think that's the big question, guys. Until I see proof of concept from that side of the football with them, I'm going Missouri to win this football game. I just don't think Mississippi State's there from a roster standpoint, especially defensively, to go into Como and win. Guys, in the following week, you go to Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Sooners. And I'll admit it, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit. Like, I think John Mateer is going to be really good. I love Jaden Knott in the backfield, Deion Burks on the outside. Let's see what the offensive line is. But at this point in the season, they should be gelling. And I think defensively under Brent Venables, I think they'll be really good. I think they've got one of the best defensive lines in the entire SEC. Our Mason Thomas is a guy we just do not talk about enough. I think going on the road to Norman, I think that's going to be really tough. Oklahoma's going to have revenge on the mind from last year in that really, really ugly football game that took place. Give me Oklahoma to get the win here before you finally, end of season, final game of the season, you go to Arkansas, to Fayetteville as a 7-win football team. And listen, death taxes and Missouri beating Arkansas. I mean, again, until I see it, I can't pick Arkansas to beat Mizzou. And what is Arkansas at this point in the season? Is Sam Pittman still the coach? Are they in disarray? I mean, what does the situation look like down there in Fayetteville? I do think Mizzou will get the win here, and I think they finish up the season, guys, at 8-4 overall, 4-4 in SEC play. I know, listen, there's going to be some of you out there that are infuriated by some of the losses that I picked, but I think that's a solid season. Like, I really think an 8-4 campaign this year. Heck, you only drop off by one game in the regular season from what you did a season ago. You know, with all the change at quarterback and all the turnover, obviously, at some of the skill positions, I think if you can get to 8 wins, man, I think that's a really good record and a really good season. And I trust Eli Drinkwitz to do that. Like, at this point, I think Eli Drinkwitz is a guy that deserves to get the benefit of the doubt. Like, we need to start talking about Eli Drinkwitz that way, where we're giving him the benefit of the doubt. So I think Drink does it. I think Mizzou does it. I think whoever it is, Bo Perbula, Sam Horn, I think they will get solid quarterback play. I think probably the quarterback play determines the ceiling of this football team and what you can be in 2025. But I think it'll be good enough to, at minimum, again, get to an 8-win season. I think Ahmad Hardy is going to be a breakout star in this league. I think Mizzou, no matter who quarterback is, they're going to run the football really effectively. They're going to run it often as well. I think they'll lean on that run game. And again, I trust Corey Batoon on the defensive side to roll out a really consistent product. So again, I got 8-4. I'm excited about this Mizzou team this year. Again, a little bit of an up and down season. And I think with the schedule, I mean, heck, guys, there's tons of possibilities here. I mean, I don't think that Mizzou, I don't think they're a college football playoff team, but I don't think you can completely rule it out because, again, the schedule sets up so well. I mean, guys, even in my predictions, you could easily flip that Vandy game to a win. Then you're sitting at 9 wins. All you need to do is flip one more. I mean, you can beat South Carolina at home. You can beat Oklahoma on the road. I mean, maybe even Alabama, depending on what Ty Simpson is. So very interesting year upcoming. But again, I trust Eli Drinkwitz and the boys at minimum 8-4, 4-4 in SEC play for the 2025 campaign. Guys, and by the way, smashing the over 6.5, that might be the best bet on the board, if we're being totally honest. I think Mizzou would have to fall off a cliff darn near with this schedule not to get to 7 wins. So again, would love to hear from you guys. You agree with me? Do you disagree? How do you see the Missouri Tigers faring in the upcoming 2025 college football season? Guys, that's going to do it all for me. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Before we get out of here, I do want to tell you about our friends over at FanDuel, because as always, we are brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. Guys, on Tuesday, August the 26th, it's FanDuel Futures Day, a new holiday for football fans. It's 24 hours of deals on all your football season predictions. So take a flyer on the MVP race, whether you want to bet on Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, whoever it might be, Joe Burrow. You can also crown your champion in August, whether it's the Lions, the Chiefs, the Eagles, etc., or parlay your division winner dark horses. Mark your calendars. This is your day for your hunches, your hot takes, your calls, and your odds. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. And when you sign up, make sure you do so over at FanDuel.com/SECU. That's FanDuel.com/SECU. FanDuel, play your game. Guys, once again, appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast, where we get your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. So next time, I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in, and we will catch you on the other side.